and read it over and over and over again. And almost every single time that I would read it, I would cry. Not because it was a sad book, but because it was like through his words, he was reminding me, it was like he was allowing me to breathe. He was reminding me that of that kid with all those dreams. He was reminding me that the reason I wasn't living to my potential was because of choices and decisions and fears and things that were standing in between me and where I wanted to go. Self-doubt is one of the biggest things that's going to stop you. Yes, we face obstacles, but we can overcome obstacles. But the thing that stops us the most is up here. And so choosing to believe, this is about changing your own story. My mom, she understood the power of story probably better than anyone, the power of words. She would never let me leave when I was younger. She would never let me leave to my bus stop without stopping me. She'd grab me by the forehead. She'd kiss me on the forehead. And she'd be like, Michael, you're talented. Michael, you're strong. You're healthy. You can do anything you put your mind to. Everything's possible for you. And I remember when I'm younger, I'm thinking, I know, Mom. I know I'm good looking. I know I'm strong. I know I'm healthy. But she wasn't stating the obvious. She was planting seeds into my mind. You see, my mom knew that at that young age, she knew that I was going to face fears. She knew that I was going to get made fun of. She knew in life, I was going to fail along the way. She knew that I was going to try something, it wasn't going to work out. She knew that people were going to put me down. And so she knew that she couldn't be there for me. She knew that she couldn't protect me from these things. But she was using her words to plant seeds and to start changing my story. And I can tell you without a doubt, there have been rooms that I felt like I was not qualified to be in. There have been stages that I felt like I was not qualified to be on. And it was in those moments when I'd start to self-doubt, I'd start to run that story. You know that voice that never shuts up? You don't belong here. Somebody else is better. Somebody else is more qualified. And you constantly start to beat yourself down. And in those moments, the seeds that my mom planted into me years ago, they would start to bear fruit. And I'll start to ask myself, why not me? Why can't I go and write a book like these other guys are doing? Why can't I go and impact people in the same way that I was impacted? So I had that dream to become an author and motivational speaker the minute I read Augmendino's book, but I was still in that cubicle. And so now I had that vision, the destination, but I had the self-doubt and the fears that were standing between me and where I wanted to go. But because I started to change my story, I started to move in the right direction. And doors started to open up for me little by little. That's the power of belief.